Room tinge hook! Stand by for Colonel Craig.
PMC turn 2.
So he's going to move his heavy weapons guy up behind that railgun for cover, but he's going to take a shot at my commander with his sniper. Pretty long shot, but hey, that's what snipers are made for. Now to hit my commander, he's got to roll under a 7. He rolled a 10. So he's going to use a command point to reroll. He got a 5, so he got a hit. So he hit me, now he's got to roll under a 4 to wound me. So he rolls his dice and he rolls a 3, so he did wound me. This weapon has a unique ability that'll do up to 3 wounds with each hit. With each wound rather. So he rolls a D3 and he only got 1 wound on me. So my commander goes down from 5 wounds to 4 wounds. He moves his commander up to get in better range and also cover behind that railgun. Commander can see my commander, or his director rather can see my commander at the board. He can't even shoot at the assassin because the assassin is stealth mode. He can't be targeted by range attacks. It worked off camera, he hit him, so he had to roll under 7 and he did, so now he's got to roll under a 4 to wound him, and he pumped up the strength of his weapon and only had allowed it to fire twice to get that pump up. So he's got to roll under 4s, so he rolled a 5. He uses a command point to change that to a 4. So he reduces him down to just 2 health points left.
Zelanthos turn 3.
I'm going to pretty much stay in place and try and peck him off. I'm going to use that Electron Master again. This time I'm going to target his commander. Not so good for shooting a single person because, a multi-wound model because it only does 1 wound. I need a 5. I'll roll on a 5 on 2d6 and I got a 7. So I'm going to use a couple of command points to bring that down to 5. So now I have to roll under a 5 on a d6 to wound him. And I rolled a 2. So the commander takes a wound. So now he's down to 4 wounds remaining. Now he's got to take a morale test. Remember there's a 9, 7 because it's a 8 because it's a demoralizing weapon, and a 7 because he actually took a wound. So he's got to roll under a 7 on 2d6. And he rolls an 8. So he's going to use a command point to bring that down to 7 so he doesn't break and run. I wasn't able to get the commander to break, so now I'm going to head after him with my assassins.
PMC turn 3.
Okay, so now, once again, my commander's still out in the open. Got level 1 cover, but he's got a lot of firepower coming in on him. So his sniper's going to take another shot. Needs to roll under a 7 on 2d6, and he rolls a 5, so he hit him. Now it's a multi-wound weapon, so he's going to roll a d3 to see how many wounds he hits with. And he gets 2 wounds. My commander's got 2 wounds left. Let's see what happens. He's got to roll under a 4. He rolls a 5. And he uses a command point to change that to a 4, so that's 1 wound down. Rolls the other one and got a 4. So basically, that's the end of my commander.
Turn 3 wrap up.
Okay, looking pretty bad for the Zelanthos. All I have basically left is my troops. My commander's gone, and then my assassin is hiding underneath the building. His troops are gone, but his snipers is pretty much nobody else is touched. So all his heavy hitters are still on the board. All I have left is my assassin and my basic set of troops.
Zelanthos turn 4.
I'm going to do a bold move and I'm going to charge with my assassin. So in doing so, or running with him rather, I want to lock up both those guys. In doing so, he automatically turns off his stealth and he is exposed. Since his guys are on Overwatch, they automatically get a shot at my turn. So the first person that's going to shoot at him is the heavy weapon specialist. He needs a 5, rolls a 9, so he misses. So he used the heavy weapon specialist command point to re-roll that. And he rolls a 6. And so he'll use one of his commander's points to bring that down to a 5. Now, since it was a direct hit with a strength 7 weapon, knocked down the strength 6, the assassin has no armor, he automatically takes a wound, so now he's down to 2 wounds left. Now the commander is going to shoot through his heavy weapon specialist and try and hit him. He's got to roll under a 7, and he rolled a 2. He pumped up the power on his weapon, so it only does 2 hits. That's the commander taking a shot. It only does 2 hits, but there's only 2 wounds left. He's got to roll under a 6, and he rolls a 6 and a 5, and he uses a command point to change that 1-6 to a 5. So now that the assassin's out of the picture, I'm going to move my troops around and try and take a pot shot under Rex. Seeking a little revenge there, I'm going to target that sniper. This is a long shot for standard troops, but you read the mechanics on how the troops all booster each other's shooting ability. I figured I'd try a long-range shot with troops to see how it pans out. I need to roll under a 3 on 2d6. And I rolled a 5, but since they're the only ones left on the field, I'm going to go ahead and use their command point and try and re-roll it again to see if I can roll under 3. And I don't.
PMC turn 4.
So he's going to move his heavy weapon specialist up, and he's going to use that flame launcher. Kind of his version of the Electron Master. All my guys are out in the open. I thought they couldn't see him, but I forgot he can move and shoot that weapon. So he needs to roll under a 9 since they no longer have cover. And he rolls a 4, which is a direct hit. For the center guy, he rolls a 2, annihilating him with the burst. For the surrounding guys in the area of effect, I have 4 more guys available. And I forget the number he had to roll under. We didn't put the dice out there. But he rolls for the other 4 guys. Way under what he... Well, he actually rolled a 5, so one's going to survive. But he's going to use a command point. And he's going to drop that down to the points he needs to totally annihilate those troops. And that's it. I'm tabled.
Okay, Minion Sun 2, what did you think of the battle?
Very confusing since it was the first time we were doing this.
Well, there's a lot of math involved in Dark Potential. It's not bad, though. Once you get into the rhythm, it goes fast. But you got to take the range ability of your guy minus the range penalty, minus the defense of the enemy, minus the cover of the enemy, and then you find a...
As well.
No, that's after you do the wound.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
So there's a little bit of math involved, and once you get the math down, and then subsequent shots will be the same number unless the range changes or he gets out of cover. So once you get the math down, it starts going pretty fast. In the beginning, it is a little slow, kind of working through the rules. But as any game, once you play it more and more, it gets more and more fluid and not so much difficulty. So it's pretty cool. I know for a fact that Electron Master works pretty good. If you get an enemy squadron, or an enemy squad rather, out in the open, they're pretty much annihilated by that Electron Master. I also learned a very valuable lesson in this deal, or this battle rather. I tried to take my assassin and bring him out in the open and do a full bore charge into the enemy, turned off his stealth, and got annihilated. So the assassin has 0 armor. So the problem with that is once they score hits, you're pretty much dead. So the assassin, as soon as he materialized, he got blasted off the battlefield. So that's something to remember. Any lessons learned by you?
Yes. Don't put recruits or your mini little soldiers all in a tight group, because something like a flame launcher or your little magic wand that your guys have.
Electron Master?
Yeah, that. Makes them disappear instantly as soon as they hit.
That's pretty much a lesson learned with any tabletop combat game. AoEs, if guys got a lot of AoEs out there, area of effects, don't mash your troops up or they'll get hurt. I tried to keep my troops hiding back here, hopefully getting some cover, and we're going to take a shot. Tried to work my way around the backside, but man, when that flame launcher got a good shot in on him, it was over with 1 shot. So, anything else to add?
No. Oh, just one thing. Assassins, they're kind of creepy because they sneak and then disappear and then sneak.
You guys want to check it out? miniwargaming.com or darkpotential.com. Download the rules for free. For about $100, you can get everything you need to play the game. That's pretty much an army. It only cost you about $100 to get an army. And then free rules and start playing. Anything else to add?
No.
From Colonel Craig in the bunker, happy wargaming.